solve a question to understand multiplication of a matrix. So multiplication of a matrix is in two parts, which is multiplication of a scalar matrix and multiplication of a non-scalar matrix. Yeah. So a scalar can be, for example, two. Two is a scalar. Another example can be 43. Another example can be 5. Yeah. So basically, scalar is also called constant. Yeah. You can also have a variable, let's say k, and in this case, it will be stated that maybe k is a scalar, which means k is a constant. Yeah. So let's solve I and I to understand multiplication of a scalar matrix. Yeah. So we have matrices A, B, P, and Q, and it says solve the following. I means I say solve 2A. So let's take 2. 2 is a scalar now. It will multiply um, A. A is 5, 7, 3, 0. Scalar multiplication is in such a way that the scalar will multiply each element in the matrix. Yeah. That's only for I. The scalar will multiply each element in the matrix. So 5 multiplying 2 what? It will be 10. 2 multiplying 7 will give us 14. 2 multiplying 3 will be 6. 2 multiplying 0 will be 0. Hence, the result for 2A is this. Let's move on to II. II says you should find 2A plus 3B. So this combines scalar multiplication with addition. And we know that we perform multiplication before we perform addition. So let's start solving. We have 2 multiplies A, 5, 7, 3, 0. Plus we have 3. 3 multiplies B. B is 2, 5, -4, 3. Let's simplify. So we perform multiplication before addition. 2 multiplying 5 will give us 10. 2 multiplying 7 will give us 14. 2 multiplying 3 will give us 6. 2 multiplying 0 will give us 0. We bring our addition sign. 3 multiplying 2 will give us 6. 3 multiplying 5 will give us 15. 3 multiplying -4 will give us -12. 3 multiplying 3 will give us 9. Now we simplify by performing addition. Addition, as we recall, we take the first row and add it to its corresponding elements in the same row. So then we take the second row, add it to its corresponding elements in the second row. So while for the first row we take 10 plus its corresponding element, which is 6. We take 14. 14 plus its corresponding element. We take 6. 6 corresponding element is -12. We take 0. 0 plus its corresponding element, which is 9. Now we simplify. 10 plus 6 will be 16. 14 plus 15 will give us 29. 6 plus -12 will give us -6. 0 plus 9 will give us 9. So this is the result for II, and this is scalar multiplication. Let's move on to non-scalar multiplication. Before we find A, B, and D, I would like to explain something. So, multiplication of a matrix is only possible when it is such that we find the dimension of the first matrix, let's say m by n, then you find the dimension of the next matrix, maybe m by n, and the number of columns for the first matrix is equal to the number of rows for the second matrix. So let's, for example, let's take a one by one matrix, maybe a one by one matrix, which is maybe three. Yeah, maybe A is equal to three. Yeah, this is not a scalar. This is a one by one matrix. A scalar is, for example, maybe three, not three in this square bracket. Three in this square bracket is a one by one matrix. Another example for scalar is, let's say, 23. Or maybe they can give another variable, maybe k, and they'll tell you k is a scalar. Yeah. So maybe you have a being a one by one matrix. Then we also have another matrix, say B, and B is maybe a two by two matrix. Maybe here is two, negative one, here is three, here is five. If you find the dimension of this, it is one by one, where one is the row and this one is the column. Yeah. If you find the dimension of this, it will be two by two. When two is the row, two is the column. Since this, which is the column for the first matrix, and this, which is the row of the second matrix, don't have the same value, multiplication for this is not possible. So let's take another example. Maybe you have maybe a matrix C. Maybe we have 2 here, 1 here, and we have another matrix, a matrix D. We have 3 here, 5 here. So when you check this, the dimension of this is 1 by 2. Was one row, two columns. The dimension of this is 1 by 2. One row, two columns. Since this is not equal to this, multiplication is not possible. So for the next question you are going to solve, you find out that A is 2 by 2, B is 2 by 2. Hence, they can undergo multiplication. And also, you find out that P is 3 by 3 and Q is also 3 by 3. Hence, multiplication is possible. Yeah. So I wanted to explain this so that when you get to find something like this, you first find the dimension before you start solving. But for the examples you are going to solve, multiplication is possible. Let's proceed. So for a non-scalar multiplication, let's say I A B, you have to multiply A and B. A gives us 5, 7, 3, 0. B gives us 2, 5, 4, 3. This is how multiplication of non-scalar matrix happens. So we take the first row. The first row will multiply each column of B. So we take 5 to multiply the first column. We take 5 to multiply the second column. And each element is multiplying the columns, we separate them with a plus. So let's solve so that we understand. We take the first row element will take on the first column element of B. So we have 5. 5 will take on 2. Separate it with the plus. 7 will take on 4. So 7 will take on 4. Also, the same row will take on the second column. So you have 5. 5 will take on 5. Separate it with the plus. You have 7. 7 will take on 3. Move on to the next row. We have 3 and 0. It will take on the first column. 3 and 0 also take on the second column. So 3. 3 will take on 2. We have 0, so we separate it with the plus 0. 0 will take on 4. We have the same 3 and 0 again. So 3 will take on the second column, 5. Then we have 0. 0 will take on 3. Yeah. Then we simplify. So when you simplify this, you get 38. When you simplify this, you get 46. And when you simplify this, you get 6. And when you simplify this, you get 15. These are results for AB. I want you to try your hands on PQ. So let's perform scalar multiplication for IV, which is P and Q. P taking on Q. So P, for P, we are solving for IV. So for P, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 0, -1. And for Q, we have 2, 1, 0, 3, -1, 4, and 1, 0, 7. So this is how it will be. For the row 1, row 1 will come and take on column 1 of Q. Then row 1 for P will also take on this column. Then the same row will take on this column. And move on to the next row. The next row takes on this column, this column, this column. Then the last row too takes on this column, and this column. They are separated with the plus. So let's start solving. We take 1. 1 takes on 2. It's separated with the plus. We take 2. 2 takes on 3. Separated with the plus. We take 3. 3 takes on 1. We are down for this column. Now we take this into the next column. We take 1. 1 takes on 1. We take 2 plus 2. 2 takes on -1. We take 3. 3 takes on 0. I will move on to the next column. 1 will take on this column. 1 will take on 0. 2 will take on 4. 3 will take on 7. Let's do that. 1 will take on 0. 2 will take on 4. 3 will take on 7. Now let's move to the next row. The next row too will take on this column, and this column. Now let's solve. We take 4. 4 will take on this column, which is there 2 in that column, 2. We take 5. 5 will take on 3. We take 6. 6 will take on 1. Move on to the next column. We take 4. 4 will take on 1. We take 5. 5 will take on -1. We take 6. 6 will take on 0. Move on to the next one. We take 4. 4 will take on 0. This one. We take 5. 5 will take on 4. We take 6. 6 will take on 7. Now we move on to the last row. You take 1, 1 will take on 2. You take 0, 0 will take on 3. And we take negative 1. Negative 1 precedes the plus, so we take negative 1. Negative 1 will take on 1. We move on to the next column. So this will take on the next column. You take 1, 1 will take on 1. You take 0, 0 will take on negative 1. You take negative 1. Negative 1 will take on 0. Then we move on to the last column. You take 1, 1 will take on 0. You take 0, 0 will take on 4. Then we take negative 1. Negative 1 will take on 7. Now let's simplify them. When you simplify this, you get 11. When you simplify this, you get negative 1. When you simplify this, you get 29. When you simplify this, you get 29 also. When you simplify this, you get negative 1. When you simplify this, you get 62. Let's move on to this. When you simplify this, you get 1. When you simplify this, you get 1. And when you simplify this, you get negative 7. So this is the result for Ivan, which is finding P multiplying Q.